Hello and welcome back to M's Flavor Stage. I hope you all are having a wonderful day whenever you're watching this video. Shout out to all my latest subscribers, to all of my subscribers who have been with me from the jump. A big hug for all of you. So let me tell you, today I am going to visit my mom for her birthday. Her birthday is actually tomorrow, so shout out to my mom. But I'm going to be surprising her with a dish that she wanted me to make for her the last time that she was at my house, which is a video. Actually, was it a video or was it a picture? I posted something maybe about a month ago about a chicken Alfredo bake, and I said that I would be providing the video for it in the future. So, bada bing, bada boom. That's what I'm working on today. I will be making the chicken Alfredo bake for you guys, and especially for my mom. So I'm gonna surprise her with that. I'm gonna whip everything up really quick, and then I'm gonna go on my way on the road to her house, and then I'm gonna come back to get a reaction from her. All right? Without any further ado, let's get cooking. All right, so we're gonna start off with our Alfredo sauce. I'm gonna go with 2 tablespoons of butter. Hold on, I need to. We're gonna go with 2 tablespoons of butter and let that melt down so that we can create a roux. All right. Now that my butter is melted, I'm gonna go ahead and add 2 tablespoons of flour, and I'm just gonna whisk that. Make sure to have a low heat so that your roux doesn't burn. All right. Now I'm gonna go ahead and add some garlic. So let's go with about, I'd say like 2 minced garlic cloves. Just add that to the mix. And there's many ways of making Alfredo sauce. I have like different recipes for this. I have another video where I made a regular chicken Alfredo, but we're gonna do a simpler form. All right, so that's that. So now, and you want to add the garlic, let it get fragrant for about 30 seconds, okay? Now, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to add 1 cup of heavy cream. All right, I have a correction. It's actually 1 1/4 cup of heavy cream. So I'm gonna go ahead and add the additional 1/4 cup. All right. I'm also gonna add a 1/2 cup of milk to this. All right. Followed by 1 teaspoon of this buttery garlic and herb seasoning. This is going to give our Alfredo sauce a nice flavor. Oh yes. If you want to add a little garlic salt to this, you can, but it won't be necessary with this. This is going to give it a really nice, rich flavor. All right. Now I'm going to turn up my heat just a bit. Okay, we're gonna mix this all together. We'll let it begin to simmer. All right, so next what we're gonna do is that we're gonna add a little bit of salt. So salt and black pepper to taste, okay? So you would basically do however you want to do. There's no set like measurement for this. I'm using Himalayan salt. Sometimes Himalayan salt can tend to be a little more saltier than the standard salt. So if you're using that, just be mindful of that. And then, I like my Alfredo sauce very peppery. So I'm gonna add a good amount of black pepper to this sauce, okay? Let's stir that in. I hope you guys are having a fantastic Saturday afternoon. Well, it's afternoon where I am, but wherever you're watching from, okay? And then I'm going to add about, let's say, a 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder. here is a secret ingredient, which won't be such a secret anymore once I tell you that is. I am going to add a pinch of, that's right, nutmeg. Just a pinch. Just a pinch. I cannot stress that enough. That's it. All right, because nutmeg could be a little strong. All right, we're gonna stir that all up. And now we're gonna add the star of the show, which is the Parmesan cheese. So we're gonna go with about 3/4 cup of Parmesan cheese. All right. And we're just gonna mix that all in. And our sauce is gonna be done. The pasta is already cooking over here. It's probably already done. Then I'm gonna move on to my chicken, assemble everything together, put that bad boy in the oven, and I'll be right back. If your sauce is too thick for you, go ahead and add a little bit more milk. I'm gonna start off with just 1/2 cup of milk to see how the texture changes. Making sauces and gravies is like science, you know, in chemistry. Like, you gotta figure out the formula. Sometimes things may not work out the way you want it, so you have to keep working with it so that it can be the correct texture that you like. So this is a little bit better for me. Like that, when I pour it in my tray, everything is evenly distributed and not like the sauce is super thick, okay? All right, so now we're gonna move on to seasoning our chicken. Here I have about 2.5 or so chicken breasts that I cut into slices like this, followed by 2 tablespoons of this buttery garlicky herb seasoning. We're going to add, let's see, did I already add my oregano? Yes. So we're gonna do about, say about a teaspoon of oregano. I'm gonna go ahead and add some minced garlic to this. I would say this is gonna be about 3 garlic cloves are in here. Okay. And we're just gonna give this a stir. This is pretty potent seasoning, so I really don't need to use that much. This is actually something I'm making for my mom, surprise, surprise, for her birthday. So, yeah, I don't want it to be too salty. All right, and then we're gonna move this over to the skillet. Be right back. All right, here in my skillet, I've got about 2 tablespoons of oil. I'm using peanut oil. And I'm gonna go ahead and put my chicken on here. All right. And let it just cook. And when it's done, we're gonna assemble everything together. And I'll be right back. All right, so what I'm gonna do now is that I had this in the pot, in my little tray, but I'm actually gonna put this in here along with our chicken. I'm gonna cut it up just a little bit. I put it in here, and then I'm gonna pour our sauce over this, and then I'm gonna put it in the tray. And all right, if you see that your sauce has thickened while it has been sitting on the stove, go ahead and add a little bit more milk. So I'm gonna add a little bit more milk and just kind of eye it until I reach the consistency that I want. All right, so I think that's good there. Thank you very much to my husband for helping me with that. All right. So this is how we're looking. I like how it looks. We're gonna go ahead and transfer this to our tray. Now this is a small portion that I'm making. Of course, you decide how many people you are cooking for when you do make this. And you can make a bigger tray if you like, okay? So here is my little tray. I'm gonna go ahead and transfer this here. Oh, this is gonna be amazing, you guys. Okay, I wanna make sure I get all of my sauce in here. I don't like to waste anything. All right, and there. So I'm just gonna evenly spread this out. Okay, and now what I'm going to do is that I'm gonna add some Parmesan cheese to the top. And then I'm gonna throw this in the oven. The oven has already been preheated to 350. And we'll go from there. All right, so I'm gonna take my mozzarella cheese and just add it on top like so. Okay. Let me turn off my little stove fan. All right. Okay. Just gonna cover this up. I say you're probably using about a cup of mozzarella cheese. Of course, if you like more, go ahead and use more. Oh, you guys, this is gonna be really good. Okay. A little bit more here. Fill in the little pockets. All right. And that is it, you guys. I'm gonna put this in the oven and I'll be back to show you the finished product. Be right back. All right, y'all. Take a look at this yummy, delicious chicken Alfredo bake. I cannot. All right, y'all. I am ready for first bite. Mmm. Really, really good. It's not too salty. It's just right, especially since I'm making this for my mom. I wanted to make sure it wasn't too salty. Of course, you can add salt, whatever you want to do. Okay, but the texture of the noodles of the fettuccine is really nice and tender. Let's try some of the chicken. Mmm. Paired with the sauce is absolutely amazing. It's that classic Alfredo taste we got going on there. I'm gonna try a little bit of this mozzarella cheese that was on the top, if I can break it. Here we go. That just gives the finishing touch. Let me tell you something. This is not gonna last really long because everybody's gonna dig into this. Let me just get one more little bite here. Really, really good. All right, ladies and gentlemen, and as I promised, I am here at my mom's house. She is trying the Alfredo bake and she's gonna let us know what she thinks. What you think?
Tasty, good.
What about that Alfredo sauce?
It's creamy, tasty.
Okay.
More salty, good. I'm ready.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, well, there you have it. Thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of M's Flavor Stage. And please do not forget to like and subscribe. And I'll see you on the next episode of M's Flavor Stage. Ciao.